He risked everything to defend him, and he never let her face the world alone. In life, the moments that define us are rarely the quiet, easy ones. They come wrapped in challenges, in the courage to act when it would be safer to stay silent. This story begins with a woman who saw someone in need, someone unfairly judged, misunderstood, or even attacked. She could have walked away, avoided confrontation, or stayed in the shadows, but she chose a different path. She risked everything, her comfort, her reputation, and even her own safety, to stand up for him. Her courage was not reckless, it was intentional. She understood the weight of her decision, yet she acted because integrity and compassion left her no other choice. In that moment, she demonstrated a truth that resonates with everyone who values loyalty and empathy. Standing up for what is right often requires personal sacrifice. Every whisper of doubt, every glance of judgment from others, could have stopped her, but it did not. She acted because the world sometimes needs someone willing to be brave on behalf of another. What made this story even more remarkable was his response. In the face of adversity, he did not forget. He did not falter or disappear. He stood by her, not out of obligation, but out of profound gratitude and respect. His loyalty was the mirror to her courage. For every risk she took, he took a stand with her, ensuring that she never faced consequences alone. Together, they created a bond that went beyond friendship or love. It was a bond of shared resilience, a mutual promise that when one stood for the other, neither would ever stand alone. This narrative is powerful because it reminds us of the human capacity for courage and loyalty. True bravery is not just in taking risks for oneself but in championing the vulnerable, in protecting and supporting those who act selflessly. Likewise, true loyalty is not passive, it is active and reciprocal. It manifests in being present when it matters most, in standing firm beside someone when the world tests their resolve. In a society where individualism is often glorified, stories like these remind us of the importance of connection, of partnership, and of moral courage. They illustrate that the impact of our actions is amplified when we are willing to stand up and stand together. Every small act of bravery, every gesture of loyalty, contributes to a legacy that can inspire others long after the moment has passed. Ultimately, this story is about the extraordinary strength found in ordinary people. It celebrates the woman who dared to act when it would have been easier to stay silent, and the man who chose unwavering loyalty in return. Their actions teach us that courage and loyalty are not just traits, they are choices, and those choices define the legacy we leave in the lives of those around us. In every meaningful relationship, there exists a balance between courage and support. In this story, we witness the profound impact of mutual strength, how one person's bravery can inspire unwavering loyalty in another. She was not born fearless, nor was she invincible. Yet, when confronted with a situation that demanded action, she chose to rise above fear and hesitation. She recognized that defending him was more than a moral obligation, it was an affirmation of her values, her character, and her refusal to compromise her principles in the face of injustice. Standing up for someone else is rarely an easy choice. It requires self-awareness, moral clarity, and a willingness to accept the consequences of that action. Every brave step she took carried risk of judgment, isolation, and personal loss. But she understood that the courage to act is what separates those who make a difference from those who remain silent. Her actions were a testament to the idea that true strength is not measured by personal gain, but by the willingness to protect, defend, and uplift others, even when it demands sacrifice. What made her story even more extraordinary was not just her courage, but the response it inspired. He, recognizing her bravery, chose to stand beside her, not as a passive observer, but as an active partner in resilience. Loyalty is often tested in times of adversity, and his unwavering support highlighted the depth of his character. For every challenge she faced, he matched her strength, creating a dynamic in which neither faced the world alone. Their bond was forged in the fires of trial and emerged as a testament to the power of reciprocity. When courage meets loyalty, extraordinary outcomes follow. This narrative goes beyond romance or friendship, it speaks to a universal truth about human connection. The most meaningful relationships are not those built solely on shared joy, but those that withstand pressure, injustice, and adversity. Mutual support amplifies individual bravery and creates a foundation for enduring trust. When someone risks everything for another, and that loyalty is reciprocated, a partnership forms that is unbreakable, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. It is also a story of unseen sacrifice. Both parties made choices that demanded quiet resilience, actions that may not have been recognized by the world, but which shaped their lives profoundly. These sacrifices, though often invisible to others, are the heartbeat of trust and commitment. They remind us that the most impactful deeds are not always those that garner recognition, but those that demonstrate steadfast loyalty and courage in the shadows. Ultimately, Keynote 2 emphasizes the transformative power of standing together. It teaches us that courage inspires courage, and loyalty strengthens loyalty. When one person risks their safety, reputation, or comfort for another, and that trust is honored in return, it becomes a force greater than either individual alone. Their story is a powerful reminder that true strength is not solitary, it is shared, nurtured, and amplified through acts of selflessness and mutual devotion. In the end, it is this combination of bravery and unwavering support that defines the deepest, most enduring human connections. The actions of one individual can create ripples far beyond what anyone can imagine. In this story, her decision to stand up for him was not an isolated moment of bravery, it set in motion a series of effects that transformed both their lives and the lives of those around them. Courage, when genuine and selfless, is contagious. Her willingness to take a stand inspired him to match her strength with unwavering loyalty, showing that the impact of one act of integrity can extend far beyond the immediate situation. Her courage was rooted in more than just moral obligation, it was a reflection of her inner strength, her values, and her sense of justice. In defending him, she demonstrated that standing up for someone is not merely about protecting them, it is about upholding principles that define who we are as individuals. Every decision she made carried potential consequences, yet she embraced them fully. In doing so, she reminded us all that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. What makes this story particularly powerful is the way he responded. His loyalty was not reactive, it was intentional. Recognizing her courage, he chose to stand beside her in every challenge, ensuring she would never face adversity alone. Their partnership became a testament to the extraordinary strength that emerges when courage is met with loyalty. Each reinforced the other, creating a bond that grew stronger under pressure, teaching a profound lesson: true courage is amplified when paired with unwavering support. This story also highlights an essential truth about human relationships: the most impactful connections are built on trust, mutual respect, and shared values. While many interactions in life are fleeting, the moments when one person risks their safety, reputation, or comfort for another leave lasting impressions. They create a foundation for deep, enduring connections. When loyalty responds to courage, the result is a relationship that is resilient to challenges, misunderstandings, and even external pressures. Moreover, the ripple effect of their actions extended beyond themselves. Witnessing such bravery and loyalty can inspire others to act with integrity in their own lives. It reminds us that ethical and moral actions are not confined to one individual, they influence the wider world. By standing up for someone and receiving reciprocal loyalty, they modeled a standard of human behavior that others can emulate, a standard in which integrity, courage, and support are the guiding principles. Ultimately, Keynote 3 emphasizes the transformative power of actions rooted in character. Courage inspires courage, loyalty reinforces loyalty, and together, they create ripples that extend far beyond the initial act. Their story is a reminder that every act of bravery and every gesture of loyalty matters. It teaches that true strength is not only in facing challenges but in doing so alongside someone who will stand with you, no matter the cost. This narrative encourages all of us to recognize the power of our choices, the impact of our courage, and the importance of standing by those who choose to stand by us. True courage is never fully realized in isolation. It is tested in moments of adversity, in the presence of uncertainty, and often in the quiet struggles that go unnoticed by the world. In this story, her initial act of bravery, standing up for him, was a defining moment, but it was only the beginning. What made it extraordinary was the partnership that followed, the mutual commitment to face challenges side by side. Her courage inspired him, and his steadfast presence reinforced hers, creating a dynamic in which neither had to face the world alone. Standing together transforms individual bravery into something far greater. When one person acts with courage, it often invites the support and loyalty of others, amplifying the impact of that single act. In her decision to defend him, she risked criticism, misunderstanding, and even personal harm. Yet the knowledge that he would not abandon her, that he would stand by her regardless of the consequences, strengthened her resolve. This reciprocal relationship shows that bravery and loyalty are not solitary traits, they are amplified when shared and reinforced within a supportive bond. This keynote also highlights the profound significance of moral courage. Defending someone else is not just an act of protection, it is a statement about who we are and what we value. Each risk she took reflected her integrity, and each moment he stood by her reinforced the importance of honoring that integrity. Together, they demonstrated that standing up for what is right is most powerful when it is combined with unwavering support. Courage becomes more meaningful, and loyalty more profound, when tested in the crucible of real-life challenges. Furthermore, this story underscores the emotional depth of human relationships. The most meaningful connections are forged not in times of comfort, but in moments of trial. When someone faces opposition, criticism, or hardship for standing up for another, the bonds that endure are those strengthened by shared sacrifice. His willingness to support her, even when it was inconvenient or risky, demonstrates the transformative nature of loyalty. It is through this combination of courage and mutual support that relationships gain depth, resilience, and enduring significance. Another important lesson from this story is the idea that small actions can have large, lasting effects. Each instance of standing together, each word of encouragement, each protective gesture, each demonstration of loyalty, creates a ripple effect. These ripples extend beyond the individuals involved, inspiring others to act with courage and integrity in their own lives. This keynote reminds us that our choices, particularly those rooted in moral courage and loyalty, have the power to influence others in ways that are profound and long-lasting. Ultimately, Keynote 4 emphasizes that facing adversity alone is daunting, but standing together creates strength, resilience, and hope. It celebrates the courage of one individual and the unwavering support of another, demonstrating that true heroism is not solitary, it is collaborative. Through their shared experiences, they teach us that courage inspires loyalty, loyalty amplifies courage, and together, these qualities create bonds that endure the tests of time. Their story is a powerful reminder that we are strongest when we stand not only for what is right but with those who are willing to stand with us. The true measure of courage and loyalty is not found in the moment itself, but in the impact it leaves behind. In this story, her decision to stand up for him was courageous, his unwavering support was loyal, and together, their actions created a bond that transcended circumstance. This final keynote explores the enduring legacy of such acts, the way one person's bravery, met with reciprocal loyalty, can leave an indelible mark on lives, relationships, and communities. Every brave choice has consequences, but its greatest power lies in its ability to inspire. By standing up for him, she demonstrated a profound moral conviction, one that challenges the observer to act with integrity in their own life. Her courage became a catalyst, a spark that ignited his loyalty and, ultimately, solidified their partnership. Through this mutual respect and support, they demonstrated that true strength emerges not from acting alone, but from the courage to rely on and uplift one another. Loyalty, in this context, is not passive. It is an active commitment to stand by someone through trials and uncertainties, to bear witness to their struggles, and to ensure they never face adversity alone. His steadfast presence amplified her courage, proving that loyalty is most meaningful when it is demonstrated consistently, especially in difficult moments. Their shared resilience shows that the combination of courage and loyalty is transformative. It shapes character, strengthens relationships, and sets a standard for how people can treat one another. The legacy of their actions also lies in the lessons they offer to others. Witnessing courage met with loyalty can inspire those around them to act similarly in their own lives. It reminds us that ethical, brave, and loyal behavior is not isolated, it has a ripple effect. Small acts of integrity, when supported by steadfast loyalty, influence the culture of a community, the dynamics of a workplace, or the closeness of a family. By choosing to stand up and stand together, they created a model for others to emulate, proving that courage and loyalty are contagious. Moreover, this keynote highlights the personal growth that comes from such experiences. Facing challenges together strengthens emotional intelligence, empathy, and resilience. Both parties learn the value of trust, the importance of shared responsibility, and the profound satisfaction of knowing that their actions made a meaningful difference. Their story shows that enduring relationships are built not on convenience, but on the willingness to risk, protect, and support one another unconditionally. Ultimately, Keynote 5 emphasizes that courage and loyalty are not fleeting traits, they are choices that define who we are and how we impact the world. Their story teaches us that acts of bravery, when met with unwavering loyalty, create bonds that are enduring, inspire others, and leave a lasting legacy. It is a reminder that the way we choose to act in critical moments has the power to shape not only our lives but the lives of those around us, creating ripples of courage, trust, and hope that extend far beyond the initial act. In the end, this story is a celebration of the extraordinary strength found in ordinary people, the transformative power of standing together, and the enduring impact of choosing courage and loyalty above all else. The story of her bravery and his steadfast support is more than a narrative about two individuals, it is a reflection of how courage and loyalty can transform lives, relationships, and even communities. While the previous keynotes highlighted the immediate impact of standing up for one another, Keynote 6 explores the deeper, long-lasting transformation that occurs when bravery is met with unwavering loyalty. This transformation is not just external, it reshapes character, strengthens bonds, and inspires those who witness it. Her act of courage was remarkable, not simply because she defended him, but because she chose to act despite fear, uncertainty, and potential consequences. Courage, in its truest form, requires one to act not for recognition or reward, but because it is the right thing to do. Every step she took was deliberate, every risk carefully weighed, yet she did not hesitate. This highlights a fundamental truth: true courage is an internal choice, a commitment to integrity and principle even when external circumstances are daunting. Her bravery set the foundation for a profound and enduring impact, creating an environment where trust, respect, and loyalty could flourish. His response to her courage exemplifies the power of loyalty. Loyalty is often measured by consistency and presence, particularly in moments of difficulty. He stood by her not out of obligation, but out of genuine recognition of her sacrifices and the importance of mutual support. His loyalty reinforced her courage, creating a symbiotic relationship where each person's strengths amplified the others. This dynamic demonstrates that personal transformation often occurs not in isolation but in partnership, where mutual encouragement and shared values inspire growth and resilience. Beyond their personal growth, the ripple effects of courage and loyalty extend to others around them. Observers of such acts are inspired to reflect on their own capacity for integrity and commitment. Small acts of bravery, when paired with steadfast loyalty, set examples that influence social interactions, workplace culture, and even familial dynamics. The story underscores the idea that ethical and moral choices, particularly those demonstrated through courageous and loyal behavior, can create lasting impressions that extend far beyond the original act. This keynote also emphasizes the emotional dimension of such relationships. Facing challenges together strengthens empathy, understanding, and the emotional bonds that define meaningful connections. By sharing the burdens of risk and uncertainty, both individuals develop deeper insight into the human capacity for resilience, compassion, and moral courage. Their partnership illustrates that transformation is as much about emotional growth as it is about external action. Ultimately, Keynote 6 reinforces the idea that courage and loyalty are transformative forces. They shape character, fortify relationships, and inspire those who witness them to embrace integrity in their own lives. By standing up and standing together, the two individuals not only changed their own destinies but created a ripple effect that inspires courage, reinforces loyalty, and leaves a lasting legacy. Their story reminds us that true transformation comes from choices rooted in principle and supported by steadfast devotion, choices that define not only who we are but also the impact we leave on the world. In life, the moments that define us are rarely solitary, they are shaped by the relationships we cultivate and the choices we make in the presence of others. This story, of her courage and his unwavering loyalty, illustrates a profound truth: the most significant acts of bravery are amplified when met with steadfast support. Keynote 7 explores how standing together not only strengthens individual resolve but also creates bonds that endure far beyond the initial act of courage. Her bravery was not a fleeting impulse, it was a conscious decision to act with integrity, even in the face of potential consequences. Choosing to defend him required resilience, moral clarity, and the willingness to risk personal comfort, reputation, or even safety. This demonstrates a fundamental aspect of true courage: it is a deliberate choice rather than an instinctive reaction. Every step she took was rooted in principle, showing that courage is most meaningful when aligned with deeply held values. Her actions set in motion a dynamic that would transform not only her life but also his, creating a foundation for mutual strength and enduring loyalty. His response was equally significant. Loyalty is more than simply being present, it is an active commitment to support, protect, and honor someone, particularly in moments of difficulty. By standing by her, he validated her bravery and reinforced the importance of trust and reciprocity in human relationships. Their partnership highlights a critical lesson: courage gains its full meaning when it inspires loyalty, and loyalty achieves its deepest significance when it supports courage. Together, they exemplified a bond that thrived not in comfort, but in challenge, a bond strengthened by shared trials and mutual respect. This keynote also emphasizes the ripple effects of such actions. When people witness acts of courage met with loyalty, it inspires reflection and action within the broader community. It reminds us that integrity, bravery, and steadfast support are contagious. Observers often emulate these qualities, creating a culture in which principled action and mutual support become valued and celebrated. In this way, the story's impact extends far beyond the individuals involved, influencing the behavior, values, and decisions of others. Furthermore, standing together fosters emotional resilience and personal growth. Facing adversity with someone by your side cultivates empathy, understanding, and deeper interpersonal connection. It teaches us that shared experiences, especially those that require risk and sacrifice, strengthen character and nurture bonds that can withstand external pressures. In their story, courage and loyalty were not isolated traits, they were dynamic forces that shaped both individuals and created a legacy of trust and mutual respect. Ultimately, Keynote 7 underscores a timeless lesson: the most enduring power comes from standing together. Courage, when met with loyalty, transforms lives, strengthens relationships, and inspires others. This story reminds us that human connection is most profound when individuals act with integrity and support one another, even in difficult circumstances. By choosing to face challenges side by side, we not only empower ourselves but also leave a lasting impact that ripples through the lives of everyone around us. Their story is a testament to the extraordinary strength of shared courage and unwavering loyalty, a legacy that endures far beyond a single moment of bravery.